Hi, welcome to another Rich Habits, Poor Habits webcast. Michael Yardney here and Tom Corley in the United States. Hello, Tom.
Michael, it's good to see you. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. Tom, today I'd like to discuss a topic with you that I'm often asked, and I'm sure you are also, and it's how much of a say do we have in what's happening? I ask audiences at my seminars to put up their hands who believes they've got a future. And everyone puts up their hand. And then I ask, well, who believes it's predetermined? Because it's interesting to see that most people don't think so. Most people, if you ask them genuinely, do believe they've got a choice in what happens. But even though they say that, it's not the way they seem to behave. There seem to be two schools of thoughts on the way people behave. So even though they intuitively know they have got a say, that's not the way most people think, really, is it, Tom?
No, not according to my research, Michael. The self-made millionaires, yes, they believe that the circumstances of your life are determined by you and I. We determine our own life circumstances. But it was interesting, the poor people in my study, they really believed that, kind of fate, God, whatever, some higher being, had more to do with it than what their own efforts. And I honestly think that's just a crutch. That's just an excuse. When they say, I wasn't born rich, or I don't have the right education, or I wasn't born into the right family. What they're really saying is, my life is really not. I'm not really in control of my life. So, some other forces are in control of my life. And boy, and then when you think that way, Michael, you really put yourself behind the eight ball. You're just never gonna be able to get out from underneath that.
Well, that's really victim mentality, isn't it, Tom? And I don't see any rich victims. So I suggest to people that they should be the pilot of their life rather than the passenger. Because if you do believe you're in control, you're going to be much more comfortable. I know psychological studies prove that the more you feel in control of various elements of your life, the happier you are, and the less you feel in control, the more you feel that others are running your life, the less happy you are, Tom.
Yeah, that's right. So I mean, if you're pursuing something to make you happy, one of the things that frustrates that is when you feel like you're not in control of events. And that most people who are unhappy are unhappy for one of two reasons. One is they don't feel like they're in control of their life, or they're not meeting their expectations in life. There's these unmet expectations. So when you are a victim, you're always going to feel that you're not in control of your life, and so you're going to be unhappy.
Well, clearly, if you feel you're in control of your life, you are then going to search out mentors, systems, other people to be around to actually create what you have dreamed you want to achieve to help create your goals. On the other hand, if you believe that it's up to fate, the government, the employer, the man, other people controlling your life, you actually live a life of subservience and dissatisfaction.
Yeah, you'll be stuck for your whole life in whatever life circumstances you were born into, if you think that way. And the whole thing that's surrounding my research that I think is so profound is that so many of these self-made millionaires came from the middle class and from poverty. And so their life circumstances were, I guess you could say they were born in circumstances that were not optimal, and they fought their way out of it. They dug their way out of their life circumstances because they believed that they had the power to control their life destiny. And that's why, that's a belief, Michael. We have limiting beliefs. A lot of poor people have limiting beliefs. Even rich people have some limiting beliefs. But Michael, that's one that will hold you back in life.
Well, many years ago you did a study of the rich people and your study and the poor people and came up with a whole lot of rich habits and poor habits, and together we've written about them and I've put some input in our book. It's actually doing really well all around the world, Tom, on out my side of the world, on your side of the world, and even in Europe. Rich Habits, Poor Habits. So you can go and look at our website, Rich Habits, Poor Habits, and order your book online. And I'm getting a lot of great feedback about it, Tom, already.
Yeah, it's I've gotten a couple of inquiries from the media on it, and we've gotten some publicity in CNBC and in Business Insider. So we're going to get the word out. This book is really a powerful book, and if you see some of the emails that I've gotten, Michael, I think I try and send you them. They really like the book because they feel like they understand everything we're saying. It's not over their head. We're not talking 10,000 feet in the air, painting with a broad brush. We're actually telling them this is how this is how you walk. You put your left foot in front of your right foot, and then you put your right foot in front of your left foot, and we explain it in language that I think they can use in their regular life. I think that's what separates you and I. Our writing, the way we write, is very unique that way.
So if you're interested in learning the habits of the rich people and how you can join them and become one of them, get our book, Rich Habits, Poor Habits, and you can get it at richhabitspoorhabits.com. Now, we haven't even officially launched it yet, Tom, because we're waiting for stock to get to the United States, so it's not in all the bookstores yet, but you can get it online through us. Now, if you've enjoyed this session with Tom and me, please pass this message forward to your friends. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Click the link to this and forward this email that you received to somebody else as well, because every week Tom and I get together and we discuss some of the rich habits and some of the poor habits to help you and help our audience join the ranks of the rich. I think, Tom, one of the things we've learned is the way to do it is to actually educate people and help them with a lift up, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, education, self-education in particular, is how wealthy people grow, how self-made millionaires grow. So what we're doing is just providing the resources for you to grow in life.
So if you believe you are the pilot of your life, as opposed to a passenger just being flung along, pulled along, then learn and educate, because it's books like ours and the many other good ones there that are going to get you up to the next level. Thanks for your time, Tom, and I look forward to having another chat next week.
Yeah, same here, Michael. Thank you.